Hello, Leo. We are Kemet. Thank you so much for joining us. This is for the sun, moon, and rising sign of Leo. And Leo, let us see what is coming through for you at this time. Okay, we've received your information. We're now ready for the integration. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Deep breath in. Viatur talavarosh riaviresh. Deep breath out. Viatur talavarosh riavir. Deep breath in. Kiatur talozatos raviresh kazir. Deep breath out. Viaturia zatos raturia varosh. Deep breath in. Vitash kiatur talozatos. And a deep breath out. Viatur talavarosh. Keep breathing at ease. Talovem viavitos kiatir talozatos riaviresh. Kiaturosh talavarosh. Kiaturosh talavarosh. Miaturosh talazarosh riavir. Pathfinder. Pathfinder. Leo, you're aligning with a pathfinder. And okay, you are upon your destiny, Leo, and you are stepping more and more into your power. And you are allowing yourself to be source, and you are allowing the expression of you to be source. And you have allowed yourself to surrender to the unknown, allowing the discovery allowing the discovery to be where you then learn and understand and know what's coming through. You've released the mind. And because you released the mind and you've released planning and you've released micromanaging, you are in the space of, okay, readiness. And your energy has called in a pathfinder. And this pathfinder is finding for you opportunities and experiences, paths upon your destined path. So it's not another new path. You're on your highway. You can think of your destined path being this highway, and yet on this highway there are detours, there are freeways, right? And these detours and these freeways and these off-ramps, they lead to maybe other cities, and these towns and these these farmlands, wherever you are heading off to, each of them have their own abundance for you, their own magic. Because remember, your destined path is eternity. It's not just for this lifetime. This is your destiny. So your destiny is this lifetime and the next and the next and the next. This is the eternal path you are upon. Okay? And now upon this eternal path, there are many opportunities and many experiences and many abundances and many beautiful things for you to enjoy. And your outcomes, of course, your outcomes. So your pathfinder, in order to allow you to remain in this quietness, in this stillness of the mind, the pathfinder is aligning with your intuition, with that gut feeling, and you're going to have the sensory overload. Is a little bit dramatic when we receive it. It doesn't feel like an overload, but it's a new sensation. You're going to be, okay, thank you. There's a new sensation that's integrating, which is aligning with the Pathfinder. And this Pathfinder is a part of your frequency. So as much as this, you are now aligning with the Pathfinder. This Pathfinder energy, this Pathfinder being, this Pathfinder guide is a part of you. It's like, if you can imagine the antennas on a butterfly, they help with sensation, but it's a part of the frequency. And the Pathfinder is maybe might feel in the physical detached, because you can't really see it in the physical form. That frequency, those antennae, that sensory frequency is there. And so when this comes online, it almost feels like a new emotion or a new feel integrates with you, it can be a little overwhelming at first for some of you who are super sensitive. It can feel like a bit of an overload, like, ooh, so this is a lot. And for some of you, we're receiving, you might have a day or two where it's like, ooh, I am on full hypersensitivity, hyper irritability. Ooh, I can't really do much. It's almost like you're overwhelmed by a new sensation or by a new feeling or by you're just like, ooh, I don't know, I can't do much right now. Or feeling very fatigued, very tired, or just there's a moment of, ooh, something is offline or adjusting, or there's some shift. And that's just the integration of this pathfinding frequency, this pathfinding ability, this tool that you are reincorporating in your frequency. It is intriguing that it aligns with the Leo frequency. We feel that is also because, Leo, you are the solar plexus, actioning, the the performer, the this is how you see me, this is how I enjoy life, the expression of you, the sun shining. And that this expression is no longer dictated, but now organically felt, organically explored. You are free to explore the expression of you, just as free as you are to explore your environment. And this is a beautiful way to heal that and to almost exercise and to strengthen the ability of you intuitively flowing, as opposed to being a representation of something that has been programmed. So, Leo, should you be finding yourself right now through a sensory shift or a little bit of a low energy or just a bit too out of it, and you're thinking, oh, Source, this is not the best time to be out of it because I actually need to be on top of it. I need to know what I'm doing. I can't feel like this. Give it a moment, surrender to it. Do whatever the day asks of you. Go outside, meditate, take the day off work if you need to, take time out with your family, whatever feels aligned. You do you. And as soon as the integration time is complete and the upgrade time is complete, you're going to feel centered and quite a direct knowing. Not only does this Pathfinder assist you to be really decisive and precise in terms of what you want to do and where you want to go, without knowing the logical why, you're just going to have this knowing. And it's not a knowing of I know within, it's also I know without. So that is why it is that solar plexus energy of, it's almost that you are put into like this, not auto drive, but it's like your source is like, okay, and now we're going here and do this and do this. And it just feels aligned. It feels, it's a part of your system. You are attracted to what is source, and what awakened source within you attracts you. So it's this co-creative mutual guidance. It's interesting to feel. And not only does it guide you forward, it also calls in experiences to you. And so when the opportunity arises, it's like, yes, that's exactly what I feel like doing right now. I had no idea what I felt like doing, but this is it. And it manifests. It's quite lovely. It asks a trust of you. It asks a complete surrender of you. Remember, we're still learning, we're still healing. The challenges are just no longer in suffering and distraction. The challenges are now in abundance, in your love. So we're now learning how to be within abundance, be within prosperity, be within the love. And these are the experiences coming online, integrating for you to be within the abundance, be within the prosperity. So it's new lessons that now build and add, no longer destroy and tear away, as in the illusion, right? And no longer that heals and repairs, as in the cocoon. This is now the building and the re-establishing phase of your life. Okay, that's it, Leo. So enjoy this energy. You might feel yourself a bit rebellious, which is interesting because one might think, oh, but that is, your nature is like, that you don't conform. But what we mean by this rebellious is it feels more like an Aries rebellion. Because usually when you do things on your own and for yourself, Leo, and you do things, through your inspired energy. Yet in the past, it was still to the pleasing of others. So you do things your own way, but it still was a performer energy. So people liked it. People were still responding positively to it. That was important. It was important that how you were viewed was also likable and liked. And so even if you were rebellious, doing things your own way, it was still catered to the appeal and the attraction of the external. The light you were, the sun you were being had to please. You wanted it to please everyone, even though it was your own sun frequency. Now, it is your own sun frequency, yet it doesn't have that approval requirement. You no longer require anyone to be even at ease within your sun energy. For you have allowed yourself to be source, knowing that I'm love, and whatever I shine, whichever sun I am love, whichever way I'm being. For me, it's ease. So those within source, those within love will feel the ease. Those without, I'm no longer going to shift and change to allow my manifestation and my experience to allow them ease. I'm no longer going to alter my performance for them. I'm going to perform, I'm going to be, I'm going to express as source. So that is where the rebellion comes in, where perhaps people who you have released, for a greater part, people who need you to, alter, but even we feel even very close people, or like, 'cause relationships tend to blur those lines between your source and what you are willing to, how you are willing to reflect yourself and be. And it feels like there are just some fundamental ways of thinking, perceptions, understandings, almost your own rules, which you are remaking and realigning, and you are releasing yourself of any tether or anything that could hold you back from expressing who you truly are. So it feels almost like a rebellion where the slightest adjustment that takes you out of who you are is no longer appealing to you. And that's the thing. It's not that it's no longer allowed. You can do it. It's just no longer appealing. So you no longer permit yourself to step out of your source frequency. So it is not a restriction, but rather you are seated. You're really seated within source and allowing that to be your way. Very interesting, Leo. And it's interesting, for it also brings a state perhaps in before of confusion or uncertainty when it's integrating, because you have been in the unknown for so long, wanting to understand what's happening, and then surrendering to the unknown, then having this period of just feeling a little bit off kilter, and then zoom, you zone in into the knowing. So it's just, we feel in this off kilter, it might be a little bit uncomfortable, and that's where we're asking you just to take it easy and be gentle with yourself and take the time you need. If you need to be alone, be alone. If you need to go into nature, be in nature. If you need to go for a run, go for a run. If you need to read a book, read a book. If you need to have a beautiful in-bed day, have an in-bed day. Do not feel guilty about how your body, because this is also an integration within your physical vessel. So however your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual vessel feels, it wishes to deal, or rather go through and integrate this energy, allow it. Don't fight it. Don't say, oh, but I have to because, or I'm lazy, or I am being this, or why am I feeling. Don't push yourself. Okay, we feel there might be a few of you who sort of are irritated with the state in which you are, because it's not the best time for you to be in that state. And Source is saying, release time, release and allow. Release and allow. Okay, there we are. Let us bring through your grounding meditation, Leo. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Deep breath in, viatur talavaros reavir. Deep breath out, ki viatos kiatur talavatos. Deep breath in, viatur kiavatos reavir. Deep breath out, viatur talavatos reaviresh. Deep breath in, kiatur talazatos kiagiresh. Deep breath out, viatur talavatos kiatir. Keep breathing at ease. Talovem miavitesh, talovem, miatur talavatos talovem, viato, riesh kiatu. You are the light, Leo, vialotosh, the light unknown, the light unseen, viatosh, manifesting, balatuyosh, for your discovery, viatosh. Trust the path of your light, talovem. Trust the way in which you shine, viaturosh. Trust the way in which you shine, miaturosh tavi. It is enough for all, you see. The way you shine is enough for all, for it is finally enough for you, for it allows you to be within the fullness of your source frequency. Viatalos talavaros tavi. Blessed be